Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a quick one today and we're using one of my favorite Divi plugins, the Divi Supreme Modules here. And we're creating this custom full width Google map here. When you hover over it, changes color. And of course, like any other Google map, it's live. You can zoom in, zoom out, do what you want with it. Really easy to do. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable my Visual Builder. Once enabled, I'm going to go down. I'm going to delete this module here. Now let's delete the row as well. I've got a section here. I'm going to add a new row. I'm going to make it a single column. And all the light grey ones are the Divi standard modules. When you add Supreme Pro, you get 40 or so of these new modules right here, the blue ones, and the one I'm looking for today is the Google Map. There it is right there, Supreme Embed Google Map. And the first thing it's going to ask you to do is put in an address. They've already put the map in for us, and just type your address in here. I'm just going to simply write the White House. And it's found the White House. Fantastic. Great. Well, zoom wise, you can choose where you want it to be zoomed into. That's pretty big right there. That's great. If you want to link the whole module, when they click on it to something, put your link in there. If you're linking to your own site, leave it in the same window. And my suggestion, if you're linking to an external site, you want to link it in a new tab so your site stays open. Design wise, well, we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's first make it full width. I want it to stretch the full width of the page here and perhaps be buffered up against the bottom there. So let's just save what we've got here. I'm going to go into the row itself. I'm going to go to design and sizing in our row module. I'm going to set the width to 100%. I'm going to copy this, paste it in down below at max width, or you can type it in if you prefer. We've now got a full width map, which is what I wanted. Great, so let's save that. Just while we're in here, let's make sure there's no padding on the row itself. I'll go down to spacing. We're still on the design tab. I'm going to put 0 top and bottom. Yeah, we've got a little bit there. So we had a 0 top and bottom. Now let's go into our section that's holding the actual container right here. Make sure there's none on the bottom, and that should clear what we've got going on there. So we'll go to spacing, make sure there's none on the bottom. There we go. Our map's touching our bottom bar there, just what I wanted. Great. Well, let's go into our map now and perhaps make it a little bit more interesting. And we've got our basic map set up here. We've got the address in there. Go over to design. Don't want to do anything for sizing. It's how I want it at the moment. Spacing wise, that's fine too. We could give it a little bit of margin on top just to push it down from our columns up there. There's a bit more space there. Don't want a border. Don't really want a box shadow because it's right on our bottom bar there. But I am going to go into the filters. And when we initially look at it, I want it to be black and white. So let's go down to saturation. I'm in the filters on the design tab. I'm going to take the saturation all the way down to the left hand side, which will make it black and white. Now for a bit of fun, we could add a bit of a sepia effect so it looks like an old map. If we go down a few more, there's a sepia slider right here. Just slide it up. And it kind of looks like an old map like that. That's great, but when we hover over it, we want it to revert to full color or even something crazier. So let's go back to our saturation, and I'm going to hit the little arrow there. Common to most Divi modules, when you hover over the dark writing, you're going to get these little icons appear. If there's a little arrow, we can set a desktop state when you're not hovering over it, and a hover state, which is when your mouse is on it, obviously. Now when the mouse is on this, I want it to be colored again. So I'll take saturation back up to 100%, or you can go crazy and make it vibrant by taking it further up. I also, on hover, want to lose that sepia effect. So let's go up here, hit the little arrow again, make sure we're on hover, and on the hover state I'm going to take that sepia off completely. And just for a bit of fun, let's change the colors up. Let's go up to our hue up the top here, and again I want to make sure we're on the hover state. Just going to change the hue slightly. There we go. So it's a little bit different from every other Google map there. Great. Now the time when we hover over it that it takes to change from black and white or sepia there to oversaturated color by default with the Divi theme is 300 milliseconds. If you want to slow it down or even speed it up, you can go over to the Advanced tab, down to Transitions, and here's the transition duration. Let's take mine up to, I don't know, 3/4 of a second, something like that, 750 milliseconds or even 800. There we go. Don't want any delay, I want it to happen as soon as they roll their mouse over it. Speed curve, I'll leave it on ease. There's several for you to choose from here, and they'll all work slightly differently in different situations, and some will be better than others. Ease is good for this one. Another great one for this would be ease in and ease out. So I'm going to leave mine just like that, and let's see what we've got. I'm going to save the changes. I'm going to save the draft. And let's exit the Visual Builder. And there we go. There's our little sepia map when we hover over it. It takes just over half a second to change to our vibrant color there. And you can hit Control, zoom in, zoom out, do whatever you want to do with it. So there you go. There is how easy it is to create a full width custom Google map with a fantastic Divi Supreme Modules plugin. So I hope you've enjoyed that today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, ring the bell, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.